I will start our lovely recap, and then we will have a little bit of family time. So last session started off with Annie being woken up from fainting after seeing her sister Misha, of whom she thought dead these past 15 years. You had a quick hug, but it was quite evident that Misha was busy and told you all to meet at the Fae and the Fiddle in an hour. And before that you guys could say anything else, she vanished. Clark and Annie tried to follow and find her, but she was gone. What went on for the next few hours was shopping and some training. First off was the shopping. The Naughty Chemist was first on the list for some, healing potions, and anything else that the shop owner had in stock, and to sell some of your emeralds that you have in abundance. After all that was done, Annie and Clark headed towards a gem shop. Hal and Thora went to find a blacksmith, and Alric and his sister Luca had a chat about their grandparents. Alric learned that Luca had been taught a different style of martial arts than he had learned, and it was time for him to learn some more. She then showed him their grandfather's journal and how he was the master of elements. After Luca showed this to Alric, she saw a glint in his eye, sighed, and told him that she will teach him all she knows, if he wanted, and could cash in her boon from Alec to help speed up his training. Alric basically jumped at the opportunity and said yes. Luca then took both of them to Abigail and told her that she was cashing in and needed her special room. Abigail just nodded and told you both good luck and watched you both go through one of her time portals, where time there can go for as long or as slow as required. What happened next for Alric and Luca took a year for them, and only a few minutes for the rest, who were still shopping. Luca and Alric spent a full year together, mastering the elements and learning everything their grandparents wrote down. Alric also learned about the pact that his family line had been part of for centuries. Alric is a Brownie, a race that is somewhat similar to a goblin, but smaller and very nimble. 2 feet tall, 10 pounds soaking wet. And at some point, Alric's ancestors were taken in by one Queen Mab, Queen of Air, Darkness, Queen of the Unseelie Court, and has been missing and presumed dead for 902 years. The pact was simple. His family line were to be her personal shadow guard alongside a cat Sith protector, mount, and bonded companion. The Shadow Guard has been protecting Queen Mab for centuries, or at least they used to. Now, there are about 4 brownies left alive, and 2 of them have been tasked with doing nothing but procreating, and even Luca is part of that. The Shadow Guard now serves Lady Tandrin until such times as they can get off Luna 1, also known as Rylara. Luca and Tails were basically the last Shadow Guard alive until Alric took her place. The good thing that came out of the training was that Alric has changed subclasses and gained a level. The rest of the session was a lot of waiting in lines, selling stuff, and buying more stuff. You also unloaded a bit more of your emerald stash at the Bright Sapphire and found a nice Hatter disguise to play with later. Hal and Thora did have one interesting adventure at the Blue Road Outfitter with the Kobold owner, Seraph. Seraph was a eclastic, I can never say that word. He was an interesting sort who didn't really ask too many questions and told them if they needed anything for nighttime entertainment that he was the best in business. Hal mostly got a nice pair of bracers for Thora, but they both looked at his back room and said maybe later. From there, everyone met back up at the Fae and the Fiddle, sat down, and waited for Misha to come in, or as Alric knew her, as the Sith sister. So, as soon as you guys are all now back at the Fae and the Fiddle Inn, you all see Misha come in and lock the door. She just basically looks around, smiles at everybody, looks at Luca and goes, I only have about an hour. Well, hi everybody. How's your day been?
Oh, well, mine's been great. Thank you for asking.
Oh, good.
And he's just gonna look at her like confused looking, like tilt her head.
Mm-hmm.
How's your day been?
What else is there to say? It has been a day. Like, come on. I wasn't ready for this. Were you ready for this today when you woke up?
Well, no, if you put it that way, but
No.
as putting this mildly, I
Yes,
do feel.
Yes. I assume you're as angry as I am.
Not angry per se. I'm confused. Maybe with some more information, I might be angry. But
Yes.
how are you here? What?
Luca, can we have some sort of alcohol? We're gonna need lots. I know it's early.
Yeah, let's do that.
I know it's early. That we'll need it. Just trust me. Luca's just gonna look at Alric and go, "Yes, that's fine. I will. I have something. Yes, that's fine. I'll bring out something old. I think family meetings require something special. I'll be right back." She goes to the back and comes out with like two very, very old bottles of wine. They're covered in dust. And she pretty much pours everyone some wine. She's just going to look at everybody and go, this apparently was from, I don't know. It's old. It's called Icewind Dale wine. Let's see how it is. So you are getting some about 2,000-year-old Icewind Dale ice wine for breakfast. Can I have
I
a
think
mm-hmm.
to try to break the tension,
Mm-hmm.
Clark is going to cast Animate Object, and he's going to make the wine kind of look like it's pouring itself into each glass, just to try to break the tension and you know, because I know everybody is uptight. And he wants to. He's a bard. He's trying to perform. You know, get a little performance going. You know.
Yes, love it. Misha's just going to look at you and shake her head and go, right, that, thank you. Right, okay. Can I have a perception check,
I'm just
please?
trying to break the tension, that's all.
I understand. That
Thank you, Clark.
I can't remember. I don't think she's introduced everybody. I don't think so. She's just basically... Can I have a perception check from Annie, please? And then a history roll. I don't have any... you can just tell me what you get. I don't have any... I don't have Roll20 or D&D Beyond up. Just let me know what you get.
Not great. A 10 for perception.
Okay.
But a 25 for history.
The history is the better roll between the two. Okay. In her hand, she's holding something. You don't really see it at first. But in the back of your head, you do recognize that it's been a while. And she sets on the table in front of you an old backpack. Her backpack. The one she was wearing the day you guys, well, got separated and you thought she fell to her death.
Interesting.
She's just going to wave it and go, this little thing. What do you remember from the last time we saw each other?
I try not to think about that day, but it sometimes comes back in my dreams or nightmares, actually. We were packing. I remember getting everything together. We were supposed to leave, and you and I were in another room waiting for our family, and then, I mean, the earthquake happened, and
The house split and everything we knew fell to the floor, into the ocean.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were on one side and they were on the other, and I thought you were gone too. But
Well, from what I can remember, it's a tough day for me too. This little thing got caught up on some sort of root, and I was left dangling for hours on the cliffside, watching everything we know wash away. I hit my head a little on the way down, so I don't remember a lot of it. All I can really remember is seeing or smelling the salt sea air and feeling lifted back up somewhere. I don't know how long I was out, but I was found by Archmage Orator. He had a bundle of kittens with him. And she's going to point over to Tails and Shadowclaw, who are sitting on a table. And well, they kind of bonded to me in a way that neither of us were prepared for. The cat Siths kind of took me in, saw me as like their mother hen. Archmage Orator, then I don't think he knew about you. If he did, I don't know what they were planning, keeping us separate. I have a feeling they might just thought us not the same family. I never did ask. All I remember asking was anyone else, any other Tabaxis found, and he didn't tell me anything. Does that sound similar to you?
yes, pretty much. Though, I mean, the last thing I remember, as soon as everything started to fall, I heard a voice in my head and everything went cloudy. And then I woke up later somewhere else. And I don't remember where I was, but I remember I made it into town and asked if anyone from our area had anyone else had shown up, and they said no.
Interesting. I see you have the twin to this. She's going to hold out the necklace that you have also. I found this on my pillow one night.
Imagine Annie's gonna get a little bit cold.
And from a pocket, she's going to produce a small little orb. I found this too. Ortor didn't say it was from him. All he said was, I must have an admirer.
I will pull mine out as well. Did he
Hey, look, twins.
tell you
No,
where
he
it
did
came
not.
from?
He did not. I tried to ask a few times over the years, but I was told one day I would learn. Do you know what they are? Or who they're from?
I do. Have you spoken
Maybe.
to anyone?
No.
No one has spoken to you.
No. Interesting.
Does your orb, does anything ever happen? Does anything ever move in it, or do you ever hear anything coming from it?
I thought I did a few times over the years, but no. I honestly, at one point in my life, I just pretty much forgot it and I just set them both aside. But seeing you this morning, I kind of put it back on and dug the sound of where I had it hidden. Interesting.
So wait a minute. You've never had any communication, but you turned invisible earlier today. How did you do that?
I am Archmage Orator's apprentice.
A wizard? You've
Yes.
studied?
For quite a while now, yes. Also,
Wow. Okay.
she's going to point over to the cats again. he put me in charge of their bloodlines. Training them, bonding them. She's going to look over at Luca and go, swore I was not allowed to tell anybody this, and now I'm telling everybody. I'm what's known as a Sith sister. The former Sith sister died, and the kittens were the last of three family lines of cat Sith. So I was placed somewhere safe, and I grew and learned from Orator, and they grew and learned from me. I assumed it was Orator who gave me all this, but, well, I guess not now. Inside...
Those two things are definitely not from Orator.
I didn't think so. They aren't his style. He prefers to burn things. These were cold and interesting. Anyway, I went back and, well, I've had these for a while, so maybe it's your turn. I'm just going to toss you the backpack.
I will she'll hesitantly open it.
Inside, you are going to find an old hand-drawn family picture. You're also going to see some notes with your mother's handwriting on it, and an old blanket that used to be on your bed. It's all I've had until this morning. I don't need them anymore, but if you want them, I've had them for a long time. It's a picture about you were probably just a little younger in the pictures than when the last time you saw each other.
Oh. Did she drew it? It's like a child's drawing?
Nope. It would have been a professional drawing of the family.
Oh. How... Oh, you were wearing this when you fell. I can't believe you have this. Yes, I would love to keep these.
Good. I've already made a copy of it, so don't worry. The notes are pretty much just like letters from Mom saying, I'll be late, your dad's going to be doing this, so start dinner, we're going to be late, just stuff like that. Just whatever she could grab and shove it in her backpack. Yep.
And you'll just clutch the backpack, like, hug it like it's like a teddy bear or something, just clutch it, and kind of lean against Kerrigan, like,
yep.
Wow. Thank you.
Clark is going to jump on the back of Kerrigan and, like, try to... You can tell Annie's emotional. He's going to try to comfort her the best he can.
Yep. Well, now, I know you now pretty much know all about me. What about you? What have you been up to? And I'm sorry, I'm Misha. I'm Annie's sister. She's just going to look around at the rest of you.
Sorry, something as much
Misha
as introductions.
Spindletree. It's been a while since I've used that word. I've been known as the Sith sister for a long time.
These are my friends. This is Cleric and Hal and Alric and Thora.
Howdy.
Hi. I heard about your interesting flight this morning. A lot of people were talking about that. Sorry, what are you? Just looking at Thora. I've never met your race before.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, race, schmace. Technically, I am a Genasi, an air Genasi. But I was like stuck in a mirror, and then they got me out, and I'm real old.
Oh. We're going to have to catch up at some point, but I don't have the time today to learn everything. Why don't you fill me in on a few things that what have you guys been up to? I've heard all sorts of weird things going on, and she's also going to look at Alric and go, you've done quite well since the last time I saw you.
Alric looks scared. Last time they met, she was very, very much bossier.
Yep, she was on the job at the time. Huh. Well, she's just going to look right at you again, Alric, and go, what you saw still stays between us.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I keep glancing up at the cats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tails is like a little bit more feral than Shadowclaw.
Not a word. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good. I still need a little bit of, job security. As much as that is around here. Now, what all do you do? I see some vestments of Lunara on Hal here. You look a little
Green?
I was going to say green, yeah. I didn't want to, but yep.
That's the common one.
Interesting.
We went looking for a neutral person, and I joined the group. That's all pretty new to me.
Oh. Well, I'm just glad Annie has some friends. Even though you guys are thrown in the thick of things from what I've been told.
I'm going to look at Annie and be like, friends?
You think we're your friends?
Misha, you act like I can't have friends.
No,
Of course.
I don't have many, so part of the job. I've not really been allowed with any. I wasn't too sure if yours was the same similar situation or not.
I mean, yes, we've been through a lot together. Yeah, we consider us friends. I'm sure there's still quite a bit we don't know about each other, but...
Well, there's still quite a bit I just don't know about myself, to be honest with you, so, you're not missing much.
We'll find that out.
I really haven't had a lot of time for myself, so this is well, this is a lot for me. Let's just say I usually deal with one person and one person only.
Who do you usually deal with?
She's going to look over at Wythkha. Her.
Ah, okay.
Wythkha's just going to
I
crack her
think
knuckles
this
and
is-
go, part of the job. I'm not just an innkeeper,
While
guys.
all this is going on, Clark's going to take his loot out and just sit on the back of Kerrigan playing a little tune, because he hasn't introduced himself, but
Okay.
So
can I have a performance roll, please, to see if the cat Siths like your music or not?
you sure can. I've been waiting for this.
They'd be the only ones that probably don't like high music. Okay, yeah, you're good. It's a nice low tune instead of something awful. Yeah, good 29. Okay.
Because I have a plus 12 in performance.
You do. So what are you performing? What are you playing? Is it a somber tune or something upbeat?
Well, I mean, it's kind of in between, almost like one of those medieval tunes that have a little bit of pep, but
yeah,
I wouldn't say a funeral dirge kind of feel to it.
Okay.
Then he's gonna look up. I'm Clark. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Clark. I can tell by the outfit you're a Kent. Yes?
That would be correct.
Ah. I know your parents. Well, by reputation. I get a lot of silk from them. Comes in handy for a few things that I use.
The old silk farm.
I think I've actually met your brother. in passing, anyway. I think here. Luca's just going to nod. Yeah, he was the one. Right. Well. Surprised. Interesting. You don't remind me of your brother at all.
Well, hopefully that is a good thing.
That is a good thing. He's a lot. Good archer, but he's still young. Anyway, I'll take an insight check on that, please.
Insight?
Yeah, please.
Insight. No, what? I can't tell.
Not with a 3. All right.
Nope.
Never mind. Well, I don't really have a lot of time here, but well, screw it. You don't get to see your sister every 15 years. What else can you do? What are you guys doing for the day? What's your plans? How long are you here for? What are you doing?
And he just kind of glances between the party members, like.
Hunting demons.
I've heard.
Sure, something out there and see what sticks.
Yeah, she's gonna look over to Shadowclaw and go, so that's what they dressed you all up for and sent you in early. Right. I needed at least another month with you. Well, no harm, no foul, I guess. You're still alive. How's he been, Alric? He was a little rambunctious when he first got the posting. You two getting along?
Yeah. Make sure he doesn't quite see my mouth. He doesn't see what I'm saying. Throw me off a couple times.
I think he does that on purpose. Well, your sister's just going to give you a sideways glance and go. Still falling under the saddle. All right, well, work on that. At this...
My defense, we never trained to use the saddle.
No, but you don't weigh a lot. I figured you'd at least be able to hold on. I know you don't have, you don't have my guns, but you're not bad. I don't know, maybe tie yourself in. Shadowclaw's just going to go, I've already mentioned that.
And with that, Clark starts playing a rendition of Hold On Loosely.
Nice. At this point, you guys all hear a knock on the locked door. And you hear Luke just go, we're closed, sorry, family mating. You just hear a muffled, Luca, open! Luca, I have word. Oh, it's you. Fine. Clark, let Lois in.
Clark will go over and slide the bolt and let her in.
Clark. Hi. I did not expect that. She picks you up and gives you a great big hug. What the hell are you doing here? Aren't you busy? Why are you here? Last I heard you were over with Mom and Sister.
Well, that was a little while ago.
Why did you meet them without me? I told you I wanted to introduce you.
I had no choice. You disappeared.
I would... Didn't disappear. Asked to help. Yep. Relocate. Different. Didn't disappear.
Well, you weren't here, so you disappeared.
True.
Yep.
You could have got word to me, though. I'm pretty sure you could have figured that out. How are you? You look... Wow. What the hell are you wearing? You did not have your outfit the last time you spoke.
Nope.
What is that?
You like it?
That's different. Can you fly with it?
Marco kind of prestidigitate a little like firework type display behind him.
Oh, you love to show off. What? A cape? Really? I know it's... Come on, Cleric.
Nope.
They get caught in everything.
Don't give me that. I know you don't like capes, but it's cool.
The color works. The color scheme's nice. The mother stitching. Okay. All right. I see where this is coming. Okay.
It gives me a little more stage presence. What can I say?
Yes. Something you don't need. You've never needed that. Is that it? What happened to your loot? You didn't break it. That's different too.
No.
What'd you do to it?
This happens to be grandfathers.
Oh.
I happen to come across it at some point.
It's been just a couple weeks. Mike, what? Sorry. Hi, everybody. I've met
Lois.
Alric.
Lois, everybody. Lois.
Luca. I don't remember if she met Annie. I think it was the same day.
Yeah, we met as she was leaving.
As she was leaving. I recognize you. I don't know you. I don't know the green one. And I don't know the pretty one.
Well, the pretty one's Hal.
Okay. So the green one must
Yes,
be...
it is.
The Genasi.
Hair Genasi.
You know.
Interesting.
I mean, the green one is pretty. I'm not gonna lie.
See?
Oh.
But I'm Thora.
Thora. Hi. Lois Lane. Pleasure. I assume
Pleasure.
you all know each other. Right. Anyway, this little guy and I grew up together. I found him wandering around, scared out of his wits. Brought him back and taught him everything I know. Well, not everything. You can't teach him everything. Not in the first little bit. Well, what are you guys doing? Not that it's great to see you, but I thought you were busy.
We're drinking.
It's 7 a.m.
It's 12 o'clock
Also,
somewhere.
a family reunion.
It is 12
He'll
o'clock
look between
somewhere.
Annie.
Right, so shots. Okay, I'm down.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right.
That's the same song that just popped into my head. It's
Woo,
5
okay.
o'clock somewhere.
Well,
Annie will offer for a shot and then just poke the bottle, hoping that it starts floating again.
I think Clark will notice that, and he'll animate it again, and
yeah.
pour Annie a new glass.
Luca, there's a lineup. You're supposed to be open right now. Luca's just going to open the door and say, "Fuck off! We're closed." And slam the door. Oh, well, that works. Okay. Anyway.
You're bitching about us drinking at this hour, but there's a whole queue for it.
That's for breakfast. And, well, yeah, some of them have ale too, but most of them work night shift that are coming this early in the morning. Well, this is a family meeting, you said? Weird family, but sure. What's going on? You two look sisters?
Yeah, that's the family part. The rest of us are
Right.
not related. But
Well,
we are
those
sisters.
two are.
Me and all that.
The two brownies are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Never, didn't know Alric a lot, but Luca told me a little bit about the little scamp. I think that's the exact word she used, except I think there was a few swear words in between scamp and little. She does that too. Right. Anyway, since I left you guys last, I've been pretty much just, bringing everybody from Alric back to here. And then, have you guys been to the Coliseum yet? You got to see it. That thing came up quick. I didn't think Lady Tandred came in pretty good when she said she was going to build something for all of us. So it's quite good. She calls it the Verdant Stage. Speaking of which,
Age, you said?
the verdant stage. Oh yeah, you're gonna like it. Speaking of which, she downs like whatever was handed to her by Luca. Luca, I was actually told to tell everybody, all the innkeepers and whatnot, to go to the verdant stage because Lady Tandrin has some sort of announcement that she wants to tell people, and well, I've been tasked with gathering all that I could. You were pretty much on the last on my list. I've already let Breverth know, and she's going to spread the word. Pretty much everyone is to attend. Don't know what's going on, but it's going to be big. I don't know, maybe it's an opening. We're not really ready for any plays yet. We still need at least a couple days practice, because we really haven't really set in that much, but I don't know. So since you guys are all here, you may as well come. I'd love to show you around.
I could warm up that stage a little bit.
Good. Well, what else have you guys been doing? So, catch me up. What's up, Clark?
Just going around saving the world. That's about it.
I've heard a little bit. Not a lot. I've been busy traveling for the most part. I've only been here about a day and a half, but yeah, I've heard a few things from Luca. She's tried to keep me, updated, but she's even tight-lipped. Luca just puts her hand up and goes, "I've been told not to tell everybody anything." You know that. And plus, it's Alec who usually keeps me informed, and I do what I can. You're not here much. I can't, send messages as good as some people can. Well, anyway, yeah, if you guys want to come, I'd love to show you around. I've had a little bit of input for a few things, but not a lot.
I'd love to.
Clark will look at everybody else. Have we concluded the family portion of the meeting, looking at Annie?
I believe so, but before we go, Misha, do you mind if we speak in private for a moment?
Oh, I already assumed we would, my dear. It's been a while. Luca, we're going to take the back room. Luca's just going to nod and go, "Yeah, nobody's in there, that's fine." She pretty much takes you around to the back. It's like kind of like a little mini suite of a room for high-end clientele. And it looks like she has a key for it and lets herself in. I stay here from time to time. I don't really have a set home. But when I need a break, I've been allowed in here. So what's up? Other than a hug. And she hugs you again.
Yeah, I was saying Annie's gonna look at the pack again, and then she's just gonna pounce and hook her.
Mm-hmm. I'm promising myself not to cry, but I can't guarantee it.
It's just so good to see you.
Yeah. Never thought I'd have a big sister again, but well, things change.
Can we go secret room?
Yeah. Let's go on down. We'll be back, guys. All right. It's not much of a secret now that you have somebody sitting beside you, but that's fine.
Yeah. That's
I'm okay with that. Yeah, she can hear it. I'm okay with that.
So, do you remember that day when we were pretty young, running through the woods and hopping from tree to tree like we used to do? Do you remember when we used to do that all the time?
With my job, I still jump from tree to tree.
It was always a fun game, but one day I got lost. We were separated. Do you remember?
I do, yes. Yeah, I've relived that day a few times.
Yeah. So that day, I don't know how I got home. I never, I just woke up in my bed and you were there too, but when I got separated, I found this castle wall, basically, and there was a garden, and it was freezing there, and there was a woman that said she would help me. And that is where these came from. And she'll hold up the orb and the necklace. She said that she could send us home. She would get me back to you and send us both home. But in exchange, she would need something in the future, and I would know when. And she gave me these. And that day when I said after the earthquake that everything got cloudy, and that's the last thing I remember, I heard her voice. And she said that it's time now. And when I woke up, this orb, I guess, was kind of swirling, and there was some snow, and every now and then I've been able to talk to her again.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But there's more, I think.
She's gonna reach in and grab her orb again and hold onto the necklace. As she does, you see both of them start to, like, the necklace itself turns into a, like, massive snowflake that combines both of your necklaces together.
Cool.
This thing basically emits, like, a little peal of laughter, and it gets, like, extremely cold into the room, almost as if you just had, like, a fresh little piece of snowfall from overnight to cover the entire room. And from your orbs, you start to see her face in yours, and she starts to see your face in hers. And as you guys hold them together, when you start talking, your voice and picture shows up in her orb.
Oh, cool.
You can now communicate with your sister anytime you need to.
Awesome.
You just hear a, "You're welcome," in the back of your head.
Did you hear that?
I hear your voice coming from the orb. That's... Luca's gonna hate me. This is... What? How? Where did all the snow come from?
You didn't hear "you're welcome"?
No, I just seen a snowflake appear when I touched my necklace, and now we're covered in snow. Interesting.
So...
That, I didn't even feel anything. It's cold.
Maybe someday. I mean, you have it for a reason. I feel like you haven't told anyone, but since you have one too, obviously, I think it's okay to tell you that, well, before the earthquake, did you ever remember hearing our parents talk about the kings and queens of the Seelie Court and the Unseelie Court? Do you remember the stories?
I've learned more from Orator about back then. I don't remember a lot. I was too young. I've tried to remember conversations, but I don't know. Over the years, being, well, with the Sith, that's just... No. I sadly, no. I wish I could.
But if Orator has talked to you, then
He's the only voice that I usually hear in my head is Orator, and it's usually yelling at me.
I understand that.
I do remember some. He hasn't told me a lot just because it's old news and it's not something we've lived with. The only thing I know is what most people know. The Seelie went to one moon, the Unseelie went to another, and anyone who's, well, our ancestors who didn't want to be part of either came here.
But you have heard of Mab?
I think I've heard that name, yes? Is that who's in your head?
Yeah, that's her.
She's
dead.
She's
alive. No, she's not. Everyone believes that she's dead, but she's trapped. And she's trying to get back here. And I think she's getting close.
And she's
but
okay with you telling me this?
I assume so, because you have the orb and the necklace that matches mine. I assume she sent it to you.
Interesting.
And I don't think she would have given it to you if she didn't want you to have that knowledge.
Huh. So I'm her backup?
I don't know. I didn't know that.
I don't know
I
if I
didn't
like
know
that or
you were
not.
alive. We can talk to each other now through these, so maybe there's a plan for us to work
That's-
together.
Huh. I wonder if Ortor knows her. If he does,
I don't-
I'm gonna have to get him back somehow.
Well, can you maybe not share this information just yet?
I will try, but he has a way of getting into your head.
Yeah, I know that too.
He's
but
extremely irritating, but he is quite good at what he does. Usually
That's-
exploding things.
That's why I wanted to talk in private, because I haven't
Right.
told anyone else where my power, I guess, comes from, and they haven't
Interesting.
really seen anything come from the orb. She speaks in my head every now and then, but I
I've,
felt like you needed to know since you have these as well.
I've heard about people handing gifts of magic before. Interesting. Mine was hard taught. Okay. Well,
She told me it was time, so I think that she's trying to use me, or maybe now us, to set things in motion to get back here and hopefully help stop this demon stuff.
from what I remember, she's a evil bitch. But I guess in times of turmoil, you need an evil bitch.
Yeah, and evil is subjective depending on what side you're on.
From what I've heard, I think she's quite interesting. Anyway, I assume if she's in your head, she's hearing everything that I'm saying. I've learned that from Orator.
Maybe she hasn't said anything to stop me from telling you, so she's I think it's okay.
Well, if she ever tries, we'll deal with that then. Anyway, that's a lot. This has been a day.
Yeah. I think we should help her get back if we can. I think
Yeah.
right some of the wrongs that have happened.
Well, let's hope we have a nice easy day at the Verdant stage then. Let's I'll tell Ortor that I'm taking the day. He'll understand. He'll probably be there anyway. If Lady Tandrins wants to address everybody, it's got to be for a reason, because she's never done that before, other than the odd ceremony where I hear something weird happened a couple weeks ago. I was not there
Yeah,
for
I
that.
saw the aftermath of that. It was strange.
Yeah.
She'll jump up and hug her again. Like, shall we
Well.
have one more shot before we go?
Yeah. Let's close the door and hopefully this will just melt and Luke can deal with it later. Right. Because there's at least a foot of snow in there now. Yep.
Do I have prestidigitation?
It would take you a while to do that entire room.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's just
Sorry,
going to look and
Luke.
go. She can air it out. We'll figure it out. Anyway. Right. Are the those two kind of hooking up? The green guy and the Thora, I think her name was?
I think so. They've been acting kind of weird.
Okay.
And they went on a date flying through town. Yeah, you mentioned that.
Seen
That was
that.
a date.
Yep.
So
A lot of people
Yeah.
saw that. Okay. Well,
yeah,
good
they've
luck
got
with
a
all
weird
that.
date.
All right. I haven't had time for any of that. So, yeah. Right. Well, let's hopefully we have hopefully we can get to know each other a lot more.
Agreed.
And I will claw Orator's face out when I can. Yep. He deserves it. Cool. All right, let's go back out.
Okay.
Pretty much like immediately like tries to close the door quickly, and you don't see her tell Luca anything about the fact that it is now covered in snow. Let's go
Is
back
there
up.
snow on us too?
No, just the entire room. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. While that's happening, they'd be probably 20 minutes in that room talking. What's the rest of you guys want to do? If you're here.
I'm here. I think Clark is just playing along. That's all Clark's doing. Trying to provide a little entertainment.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. Was there anything specific that Hal and Thora wanted to discuss while the rest of the families talk to each other?
I think Thor would just be like, I think we really got something going here. But we should probably keep it on the DL. That's the down low. Just in case we make other people uncomfortable. But I really like you.
Yeah, no, completely agree. But we didn't buy the leather straps, so we should be okay for now.
Sorry.
That's true. I mean,
For
we'll
now.
come back for those.
Yeah. That'll be a quiet day away from everyone.
Yeah,
With
Yeah.
food.
real
Oh,
quiet.
good, yeah. Let's keep eating.
Yeah.
Right. Food. That's what you guys need. I think another bottle would be probably the better option.
Why not both?
Right.
It is breakfast time, apparently.
It is. Anyway, eventually the other two come out of the room and close the door rather quickly. You'd be able to tell that they're holding hands as they come through. Lois, you'd be able to tell Clark she's kind of in a hurry. She's been nice and all that, but she's kind of looks at the door every now and then, and it's like, well, I think I really need to go back out. Are you guys ready to come see the stage? It's gonna be it's bigger than I thought it was gonna turn out.
On
Yeah,
the road again. Just can't wait to get towards the door.
Thor just kind of dances behind him,
Mhm.
going toward the door.
Nice. All right. So you guys eventually go out of the Fae and the Fiddle, and you see some people did not want to leave and are still standing there. You see basically Luca come out, and she just turns and looks and goes, "Oh, good. Oh, right. Shit. Well, everybody, apparently Lady Chandran wants everyone to go to the, stage for some sort of event. So I'm going to leave a note and tell my cooks to, bring whatever they can over, and we'll cook breakfast over there." You get about 15, 20 people just put up their hands and cheer and go, "Good, let's go." And you see a lot of people just turn around and start heading up to the stage. Well, apparently now I need to leave a note, and hopefully somebody can actually bring some food over, because I'm not. It's not something I'm good at, being this tall, and I don't really, can't carry a lot. Well, she just rushes inside, scribbles a note, locks the door, and leaves. And as soon as you leave, Annie, I'll take a quick history check. Alric, you know this person.
That's an 8.
Okay. You guys have seen her gardener show up on a few times, and Annie, you summoned her once. You see her gardener, the little fairy, come along and just look at Luca and go, "Where's everybody going? I'm busy. I have stuff to do. Aren't we supposed to be having breakfast?" Luca just looks at her and goes, "Yeah, breakfast is going to have to wait. Lady Chandran wants everybody at the stage." She just looks at Luca and goes, "I have to press the bees today. So, I'm busy. I'm not going to the stage. Why don't you go there and tell me what happens? I have stuff to do. Luca just looks at her and just walks right up to this tiny little fairy and goes, the bees can wait. I've told you before. They'll be fine. They can do it themselves. Just wait till the morning cook comes in, tells them to gather what he can and bring it to the stage. Nope. Yes. Thank you. Fairies. All right, everybody, let's go. She takes forever to tell things. Ugh. Can't have good gardeners these days. Right. So, anything you guys want to do? It's about a half-hour walk. You guys have to go through the town and then straight north. It's going to be quite a walk, and you're going to start to see pretty much the entire town of Marzel pretty much stop what they're doing and start following you at the same time.
It's like a parade, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I half expect the bard to turn into the Austin Powers play music as we're going down the street.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Just a dance on the way to the theater.
Yep. That's fun. Anything specific anyone else wants to do? Or do anything? You're in Marzel, so you are seeing a wide variety of creatures. Pretty much any type of fey creature you can think of is walking alongside of you. You're going to be having... Thora, this is going to be an extreme eye-opener for you. Where you don't have a lot of memories, but in the back of your head somewhere, this is weird. Definitely weird. Give me a wisdom save. Let's do that.
Wisdom save, all right.
Yeah, please.
16.
A 16's enough for you to see a few of these creatures and not immediately try to kill them. You're going to be seeing creatures that in the back of your head, somehow you should be immediately at their throat and trying to take their head off. This is deep down, you have this is revolting for someone from where you're from. You're seeing trolls walk hand in hand with orcs. You're seeing goblins riding on the back of centaurs. You are seeing a weird assortment of fey creatures acting like normal humans.
Y'all, she's just gonna look over to Annie because she knows she's from here. Is this how it always is here? Because, this is effed up, to be honest with you. Why are these bad guys being friends with good guys? And I kind of want to kill them.
Yeah, you definitely even see hobgoblins and gnomes holding hands.
What makes you think they're bad guys?
Well, look at them. That thing right there, that wants to kill you all the time.
No, just because someone looks a certain way doesn't mean they're a bad guy. These are people from all over. They were all refugees at one point. They came here for safety, just like me. Had you seen someone like me before?
Give me another wisdom. Give me a history roll this time, instead of just a straight wisdom save. Nope.
4.
Nope. To you, she's more like Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Did you want to kill me when you saw me for the first time?
No, I wanted to pet you.
Okay, well,
But-
I'd never seen anybody like you either, but I didn't want to kill you. Why?
Well, because I'm beautiful.
Okay.
But you see where I come from, those guys are bad guys and they want to kill you. So I want to kill them because, turnabout is fair play.
Okay. Well, no, I mean, I'm sure not everyone here is good, and some of them might want to kill you, but, I mean, for the most part, these are just people going about their day.
Well, I'm keeping an eye on them because I don't trust them.
That's fair. I don't really know what to trust anymore.
Yeah, well, see? Then you should be keeping an eye on them, too.
And he'll kind of look over at somebody that's just walking with, like, their kid and just squint. Like...
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then Thora does the thing where she points at her eyes and then points at them, and like, I'm watching you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
I
definitely
really,
Sorry, go.
I really think they're okay. They're going the same way we are, so I think it's fine.
Well, we'll see. We don't really know where we're going to, so.
Speaking of which, along the way, Lois is going to introduce you guys to the Verdant Stage. So the Verdant Stage, symbolizing both the Fae's deep connection to nature and the new beginnings offered to the traveling folk of Ulmark. The Colosseum on the outskirts of Marzel is an architectural marvel, blending the grandeur of a gladiatorial arena with the refined elegance of a theater. Massive stone walls adorned with intricate carvings depicting legendary battles and celebrated performances encircle the structure. The entrance is marked by towering archways, flanked by statues of famous playwrights and warriors, symbolizing the dual nature of the arena, both a battleground for combat and a stage for artistic expression. Cleric, can I have a... Let's do a history roll. With advantage.
With advantage. 14.
Your great-grandfather's face is definitely on one of them. At its heart lies the Grand Amphitheater, a circular stage designed with acoustics in mind, ensuring that every whispered line and thunderous monologue reaches even the highest rows of spectators. The seating is tiered, accommodating thousands, with the most prestigious sections reserved for nobles, scholars, and esteemed patrons of the arts. Grand columns and banners of various colors display the heraldry of sponsoring patrons, adding a splash of vibrancy to the otherwise imposing stone structure. As you guys walk through, Lois is going to take you down into the basement. Beneath the amphitheater, an intricate network of tunnels and holding chambers serve as preparation areas for performers and warriors alike. These underground passages house dressing rooms, prop storage, and even makeshift barracks for those who partake in more physical spectacles. She's also going to let you know that at night, enchanted lanterns illuminate the Colosseum, casting a glow over the arena and allowing performances to continue under the stars. The Colosseum is not just a place of entertainment, but a symbol of Marzel's cultural and martial prowess, where the echoes of cheers and applause mingle with the ghosts of long-forgotten duels. That is the Verdant Stage. I could not come up with a very good picture for this one, because there's a lot. So pretty much just imagine a massive Colosseum with an amphitheater in the middle. So it can be used for both combat or theater. But it looks like it's more dedicated to theater for the people of Ulmark, who are pretty much carnies. Like Clark.
Clark, this looks like a place that'd be right up your alley.
I think as Clark approaches, you see, how the owl eyes get like real huge, and that's what Clark's eyes are doing right now, and knowing his grandfather had a little, it was thought about when this was created, makes it even more special to him. And I think he's just going to ignore everybody else and head right out to center stage and just land. And he's going to fly right out, land, and just kind of look around in utter amazement.
As you leave, you literally see Lois just hold up her hand as you leave, and she just turns to everyone and goes, I was going to introduce him to all his friends that have been waiting for a welcome back ceremony, but I guess we'll do this first. Sorry, guys, let's give him a little bit of time.
And I think as he stands there looking, he will start play. If you look in the chat,
Yep, I do.
He'll start playing that, and with this, I think he will prestidigitate, if he can, if you will allow, like a little statue of his grandfather, and you will notice that he gets a little tear because he realizes that he's missing what his grandfather and what it could have been, as he starts playing.
Well, as you start playing, on a good note, you have your grandfather with you pretty much full time now. That's a neat little ditty there, my boy. Where'd you come up with that?
Was just something that came to my mind.
You're getting better. You're not, I wouldn't say worldly bard yet, but you're getting there.
No, I haven't been around the world yet. Of course not.
Yeah, you seem we're connected a little bit. I can tell you've been busy. Extremely busy. You've been hurt a lot, I can tell. I've had that happen to me a few times in my day. Been in a few scraps. Would you like some help?
Clark kind of pauses for a long moment. And you see him look. He doesn't say anything, but he gets that look of, yeah, let's accept help.
You're sure, my son? Well, grandson, I should say. I wasn't always a bard. But, if you'd like some help, help it shall be. Just keep playing. Play loud. Let everybody hear it. You can have a performance roll with advantage,
continue.
please, sir.
Yes, sir. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Performance. Advantage. Roll. Ooh, that 20 for a 32.
As you're playing, you start to see and hear songs that he's played in his time. But not just songs. You've seen him play, and maybe you start to see a couple of his bad days. Days that maybe he didn't play so well, and his patrons didn't enjoy his show. Days when he himself needed magic to help get him by. Can you add 1 level of Feylock Warlock to your class, please?
Ooh, I sure can.
My grandpa.
I made your grandfather a Archfey, sorry.
Wow.
So I think you have to do the 2014 Warlock to get a level 1 patron. I can't remember if the level 3 gives you a patron or not for the 2024. Whichever one will allow you to be a Archfey Warlock. I think it's the 2014.
It's the 2014.
Yeah, all I have.
Yep.
All I have is the 2014 Warlock.
Yep.
So
please add 1
2024
level.
move the subclasses to level 3.
Mm-hmm. And as long as you're playing...
Warlock, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Joys of it being at least charisma-based, the same as you.
Okay, yep. And... has been added.
Mm-hmm. And with a nat 20, the party, you guys would notice that it seems Clark's going to be out there for a while. He doesn't start with 1 song. He starts with 2 songs and then 3 songs. And he starts singing. It's almost like you guys hear a duet from him and another voice. And Lois just looks at everybody and goes, well, I guess we're bringing the party outside. I'll be right back. You guys go make sure he doesn't, do anything stupid.
There's no promises.
I know. It's Clark. All right. She just goes into a room and you see her open the door and everyone cheers and she goes, no, he's playing in the theater. And you hear one voice from the back. I told you that was going to happen. We should have had it out there. It's a guess, but Lady Tandrin's going to be... It's like she would have worked around us. She's done it before. And you just see like 30 people pull out streamers, cakes, food. Everything that was in the room is now coming outside. And they pretty much just like all start to listen to Clark play. Clark, you definitely notice some sort of party going on, but you're in the middle of performing. You really don't know what else is going on out there. You definitely do hear your grandfather singing with you throughout this entire time. And it's almost as if your lute is playing and he's guiding what you play and teaching you some new stuff. So, what's everybody else doing while all this happens?
I'm following the food.
Okay, I figured that much. You're a little inebriated, so food is good.
Yeah, food sounds like a great idea, but I'm still going to be sticking close to Misha as much as I can.
Yeah. Perfect.
How on earth is he duetting with himself?
Lois is just going to look at you and go, I know he's talented, but I've never seen that before. Maybe it's his new lute. Where'd he get that? It kind of looks like the one that was given to him, but I don't know. It's shinier. It's got a few scratches on it. I don't know. It doesn't look the same, but yet the same. Do you get what I mean?
No.
I'll be honest, I forgot the loot changed.
Yeah, it did. Well, whatever. He's been doing good. Well, he's lost a lot of feathers, guys. What the hell's going on? You got to keep him safe. He's special.
We tried, but
Safe
there were
from stopping
demons.
to run up the front.
He's always been like all that way. He's like size doesn't matter to him at all. You'd almost think he's like 6'6" and like 300 pounds. He just always goes in head first.
Would be fun to put the make larger spell on him. Make him 6'6". See what he does.
Mm-hmm. I could do it, but
That actually would be terrifying, so please don't do that.
I've done it a few times on him when he sleeps. It's kind of entertaining when he falls into his wherever he's sleeping, especially hammocks. Well, we'll just let him play.
His snoring at 6 foot? He's loud enough at 2 foot.
Oh, I don't mind the
That's
snoring. No, I've gotten used to that over the years. He's an interesting one, though. Anyway, right. I better get things going. It looks like you'd be able to tell. I'll take perception rolls. Let's do it that way.
One is 6.
26, doing good.
Not one.
You're looking at your sister. Makes sense. Yeah, Misha's.
Can I take my passive?
Yeah, I'll take your passive.
Yeah, nice. 19.
Okay, good. Yeah, pretty much any passives over 15 will work too. You'd be able to tell that a lot of the city's pretty much like starting to fill the stands. There's not a lot of people to completely fill them. Like the town itself is still quite big, but it looks like they built this place to hold pretty much anyone on Luna 1 if they wanted to come for a show. It would probably hold at least 200,000-300,000 people. They decided to build this thing, and it's built quite thick and tough. It looks like it was built to weather whatever got tossed at it. It went up quick, you guys know, but you did see a lot of magic being used in the construction, and you even seen a bunch of animated trees and constructs here building this place. Mostly druids for the most part, and, well, anything that could move earth. Because this went up in roughly 2 weeks from nothing. You guys were here the day Lady Tandrin did the first shovel. That's where Clark got his first glimpse of his grandfather and a bunch of other weird stuff that were there that day. So, you guys do definitely notice a lot of other people, and Clark, eventually when you stop playing, you recognize the fact that all your friends from Allmark are here sitting in front of you with a big welcome home Clark sign.
I think...
And a massive applause from like 40,000 people after you finish playing, because everybody heard that with an at 20.
I think as Clark finishes, he's going to look up and notice the sign and notice the people, and he decides to end with a big flourish. He's going to again prestidigitate the little fireworks, cast spray of cards so the cards go out from him, and as he ends, he'll do a very regal bow, and then just walk off the stage,
like mic drop moment. The applause is tremendous. You have a lot of people going, and you hear like clapping from all around, and you definitely near you hear someone's voice you haven't heard in a bit, but out from where you guys first came through, the entrance, like the main entrance where it looks like right at the back of the theater where people can come in and go around, you all see Lady Tandrin step in with Archmage Orator. You see pretty much her entire entourage. You see Ellerid, pretty much all the main leaders of Marzel walk out. And if you don't remember what Lady Tandrin looks like, I'll give you her picture again in our Discord. That is the Lady Tandrin. She is a fairy. She's old. She's been pretty much here ever since she was left here, once the portal got down, and she has not been able to leave since, so she pretty much started the Fey Refuge before it fell to the sea. She is... You guys met her, I think in Session 0, Alric and Clark met her. You have seen her in action fighting. She is someone you don't piss off. She's quite tiny. She's maybe only 3 feet. She's a little bit bigger than Alric, and has a few fairies behind her holding up her gown that is pretty much trailing 20 feet behind her. She just claps her hands and goes, Clark, I did not think you were going to be the first performance here, but I am glad I was here to see that. That was tremendous. How are you, by the way? I've heard a few fun things, and thank you for helping get rid of what was in my head. I heard you all had a hand in that from Abigail. Thank you. How are you all?
I think as Clark notices Lady Tanrin, he is going to, after this performance and this emotion he had out on the stage, he is just going to fly over, fall on his face at her feet, and all you hear him say is, "Thank you, thank you."
Get up, get up,
this
get up. You're
place
fine.
Is amazing.
Trust me, it was needed, much needed. We've been through a lot, and well, it was the least I could do at the time. And before, like, she's talking, so only you guys hear her. Before I was driven by just like need to, well, not really pay attention to my surroundings and just do what I thought needed done. But ever since I've been healed, many things are coming to light, and I've heard some disturbing news. But all that is about to change. I hope you all are ready for what's to come. You've been doing extremely well so far. Have you had any more visions, though? I don't think you have. Annie has now seen what you guys have seen. I can't remember if Thora or Hal have.
Hell hasn't.
I haven't seen anything.
No, just the other three. Anything new?
No new visions.
Troubling.
We got a bit of information about what we heard in one of the visions, though.
Oh.
The translation of the name we heard was the moon. This moon.
You see her kind of smile and nod and go, that makes a lot more sense. Yes. Right, Lara. Just gonna like float to the floor and put her hand on the ground and go, nice to meet you. We'll do our best. Well, if you could all please take your seats or sit somewhere near the front. I need to address everybody. And I would like to apologize for what is about to happen. But it's necessary.
Oh boy.
I've talked to Chester, and you guys know a few things about what's to come. I was going to wait until I had everybody here, but I think everybody needs to know sooner than waiting. You would know she's talking about the War Council that Abigail told you that she's currently in the middle of making. So, sit. I see there's a party for you, Clark. Maybe eat, say hi. I'll still be like 5 minutes while I get everybody settled here. I'm still waiting on Abigail to get here. Well, thank you guys once again. You're doing quite good work. And, ooh, an air Genasi. Interesting. Hi. Huh.
Well, hello, my lady. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Interesting. I heard that someone had found you. Well.
Yeah, these people.
Well, let's hopefully one day I can introduce you to the rest of your people that have been saved. You're not alone. They're just. She's gonna point and go, they're over there. I'll try and get you back there one day and meet them all. There's about 30-ish. Maybe more. It's been a while. So I would assume by now there's probably a couple extra zeros on top of that. She's pointing to the planet.
Oh. Well, I can't wait. That sounds great. Thank you.
Welcome. Well, if you're thrown in with these bunch, I'm sure you're going to use that equipment quite a lot that you currently have. So, sit down, eat, drink, and then, well, no, things are going to change, but just remember the good side of me. And she just floats away.
Well, that's kind of a bummer.
Anything you guys want to do while you wait for Lady Tandrin to get ready?
And he's gonna look over at Misha when she says that she apologizes for what's about to happen. Do you know anything about this?
No. The few times I have dealt with Lady Tandrin's just been her checking on, well, all the cat Sith and the other jobs that they have me doing from time to time. Which is maybe once every 6 months. I deal with Orator, who just starts walking in. I gotta go check in with him. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Didn't you see her walk off? And just as a reminder, what Archmage Orator looks like. He's a gnome. Tons of tattoos. And you guys know him to love throwing fire. Well, at some point, Lois is pretty much just going to, like, shove her face full of cake and tea and sit down and go, this is interesting, guys. Can't wait. I should write this down. This is important. I think I will document what happens. Yeah, that's what bards do, right, Clark? We write stuff down. I haven't had much time to be a bard.
Not necessarily right, but we do remember.
Yeah, I've been thinking of getting a, part-time job with the newspaper. Working for the Daily Planet sounds fun. I know they're hiring. Hey, it's in the other campaign. You know who owns it.
I don't know. I heard a rumor that the owner's a bit weird.
A little bit weird. Sorry, in the other campaign, they just met who actually owns the Daily Planet. It is like a newspaper, one of the newspapers that goes around here. We just haven't really dealt with the newspaper side of things much because you guys have been busy. There's like 3 or 4 different newspapers on Luna 1. The Daily Planet is one of them. It is, oddly enough, the main area is at the Luna Castle where, oddly enough, Bruce lives. Same spot. That's where the headquarters is. You don't really get a lot of it here. It's more on the other the bigger continent. Or the bigger island, I should say. So, anything else you guys want to do before her lovely speech?
No, I'm alright.
Everyone good? Perfect.
Brace for impact. Find good seats.
Yep. Alright. Alright. So, as everything finally sets down, it starts to... You're pushing probably noon hour by now. By the time you guys got there, settled down, Clark would have had a talk for quite a while. And Lady Tandrin's probably took almost like another hour before things are finally set and everybody's ready. She steps forward in her fairy form, shimmering under the sunlight. Her voice is steady yet filled with the weight of ages. My friends, my kin, my people, Fey and non-Fey alike. I stand before you in these darkened days, not as Marzel's leader, but as one who has walked beside you, We built Luna 1 as a haven. A place for those who sought change, those who wished for a life beyond the endless cycles of the courts and their feuds. It was to be a home, a sanctuary for all who dreamed of something more. But we have come to a moment of reckoning. The world beyond presses in. The shadows grow long, and the old ways will not sustain us. I have worn this form, walked among you in this guise, to guide and to protect. Yet, as I see now, that led to you. Yet, I see now that to lead you forward, I must no longer hide behind a mask of my own making. It's time to put aside false faces and deal with our struggles once and for all. You deserve the truth, and I shall not withhold it any longer. I have a picture for you.
Oh.
She lifts her arms, and a soft golden glow forming around her, and the very air hums with ancient magic. Her fairy form shimmers, stretching, shifting. Her wings dissolve into radiant light, her figure growing taller, her presence deepening with a regal grace that speaks of forgotten power. The transformation is both mesmerizing and undeniable. As the glow fades, where Lady Tandrin once stood, Queen Titania now remains. You see a lot of people pretty much like stand up and just like look and stare. Yes, I am Titania, Queen of the Sealy Court. And I stand before you not as a sovereign of old, but as a protector of the future. I have shed my past to forge a new path with you. The time for division is over. We can no longer afford the endless games, the whispered deceptions. No more masks. No more illusions. Nope. We must face what is coming with open eyes and ununited hearts. To those who have doubted, to those who have feared, let this be my promise to you. I shall not retreat into the gilded halls of the past. I shall walk this path with you, fight for you, and see us through these troubling times together. Luna 1 was meant to be a place of change, a realm where the old ways did not dictate the future. But someone is trying to change all that. Demons are among us. Devils are among us. Creatures we thought to be far away from this new world of ours have somehow pierced the veil of our homes. They are here to test us and to conquer us. They seek to drive us from our lands and take what they want. We still don't know why, and the trials ahead will test us all. But I swear upon my name, my power, and my very being, we shall endure. We shall overcome, and we shall rise. She gazes up before everybody, and her eyes no longer merely those of Lady Tandrin, but of a queen reborn. A queen not of an old court, but of a new destiny waiting to be forged. You then see Chester walk up, bow his head, and take a knee. My queen, your summer night is ready for your command. She's just going to hold up a hand for everybody to hear.
I'm so sorry. You keep cutting.
Sorry.
Last sentence.
Sorry. Chester walks up and pretty much kneels down and says, My queen, your summer night is ready for your command. She holds up a hand and says, Gather all those that deem themselves important and bring them to me. We are now at war, and as such, a war council is necessary. Bring to me the heads of all merchant guilds, bring to me mayors, generals, anyone that wishes to help us find and deal with our enemies. In the middle of the stage, a throne will then form, and she will sit on it. Let this...
As that happens...
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead.
Nope.
I didn't know there was more.
That's okay. Let this be our new seat of power for when it is needed. And let us hope it is not needed for long. No, this will not still interfere with all the performances. You will still be fine and to do that. I can get rid of the throne anytime, but when court is in session, which it is now, then I am queen. You then see her and look up and gesture. And you see in walk Abigail. I'll show you a picture of Abigail in case you forget what she looks like. You then see Abigail with her crutch walk up slowly. Well, well, well. I guess it's time, is it? You see Queen Titania nod. Good. Then our bargain is complete. Again, you see Titania nod. Are you sure you're ready? Somewhat hesitantly, Titania nods. Well, so be it. If court is once again in session, then both Alec and I are free to do our own thing. You see Abigail flick a wrist, and a large portal appears. You see a dark and twisted forest at night, illuminated by an eerie, otherworldly glow. The Baba Yaga, the legendary witch, stands at the center, shedding a deceptive guise to reveal her true form. And I'll show you her picture. This one's a fun one.
What a looker.
Uh-huh. Her hunched frame crackles with dark magic. Her skin a patchwork of ancient wrinkles and gnarled bark. Her eyes burn with an unnatural light, and her long clawed fingers drip with energy. Behind her, the shadows twist into the shapes of monstrous spirits. Her hut, on chicken legs, looms in the distance, its glowing windows resembling hungry eyes. The atmosphere is thick with fog and swirling embers, capturing the raw power of an ancient crone unbound. You then feel something shift. And the veil around Marzel drops, and you feel once again that you're back in normal time.
Still.
All around you, you start to see things that were not there before. Trees that were not there. Sounds that were not there. Hidden creatures that were not there. Everything that was hiding its true nature to those deemed not worthy of seeing it or them are there. You also see Beverth, the innkeeper of the Red Chariot, who only a few of you have met, shake her head, walk to a corner of the stage, and turn into a massive ancient red dragon. Clark, you've seen this before. She was listening to your grandfather play. She arches her scaled head to the sky, spreads her wings, covering most of the Colosseum in shadow, and a gout of fire erupts from her maw. The Baba Yaga looks around. Anyone not wanting to be part of her court or her rules, but still want to help, come find me and we will deal. It's been a long time since I've made a good deal. Oh, and during the coming struggle, until we either survive or all die, all my baked goods are half price. Can I have perception checks, please, from everybody?
Alec's jaw is on the floor. Which is not that far from his mouth, but still.
It's a good thing you guys had family time, because today might be the last time you see them.
Wow.
21.
11, but my path is 16.
Okay. Hal, 17's good. Okay. Hal.
I got a 21.
Yep.
Can I take my passive?
Yep,
again?
I'm good with that too.
19. Great.
I got a 17, a passive of 23.
I'll take your passive. That's better. In the crowd, as all this happens, Hal, especially with a 23, you see a cloaked figure toss something into the air. You then see it get bigger and bigger and bigger until a portal opens that rivals the one you've seen in the water. And from it, you can feel the heat. Can I have con saves from everybody, please? As a portal to the abyss opens in front of everybody.
Is that con?
Yep.
22.
I got a nat 1.
Okay.
So did I.
Beautiful. Anyone who didn't get a 20 or
21.
anyone who didn't get a 20 or higher immediately takes 20 fire damage.
Oh!
Which is 3/4 of the people in the Colosseum. You see everybody just start to faint and catch fire. Hal, the figure you saw is this person. You know him to be an exiled member of the Lunaran faith, also called Sinistro.
Oh.
He's missing a few fingers.
He is. That's fine. Archmage Ortor then steps up, and you can see him clamp a fist together, and the heat immediately fades from everything and everywhere. Out from the portal steps this guy. And yes, that's an accurate size. Out from the portal emerges this horned creature that looks down upon all of you like a bunch of ants that need to be squished. He then bellows and stomps on Queen Titania sitting on her throne. Annie, in the back of your head, you hear a little sigh and then a shit. Annie, can you be a dear and save my fucking sister? It seems she's gotten herself into a spot of trouble, and I'm not there to help. And next session, we deal with a demon lord, and you have your first ever mythic battle. Or,
Hi.
or you can try and deal with Sinistro, a legendary battle. Out from the portal is the true Demogorgon and about 20 V-Rocks. So, next session we will roll initiative and go from there.
Doing it.
So, but
I can't
based on
wait a
that,
month.
right?
Pardon, sorry? I didn't
Based
hear.
on the message in her head,
Yep.
do we assume that Titania is not instantly dead?
She's a queen of the Sealy Court. I'm sure she'll be fine. That's what
Okay, cool.
from what you got from Queen Mab in your head, this is definitely just another day.
Well, way to let that one slip. Okay. So
I would
gonna say, what was
assume they'd be able to figure it out.
what was the was anything happening with the orb when Titania revealed herself?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nope.
Bye.
She was probably watching along with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun times.
So hope you enjoyed that. You learned a lot today. That's why family time's important, because it might be the last time you have family time.
Stop saying that.
So yeah.
I heard you say that when he's overselling it. That stepped out. Oh, he's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, that's fun.
But I haven't even met my family yet.
Nope, give time.
I know. I'm like, where's
They're-
the bed? I haven't.
They're in another safe spot. You're fine. It's just Marzel that might get destroyed. You're okay.